Hey guys. Okay, we are on week 3 and it's getting dark earlier, so I have the windows open, but there's not a lot of light pouring in here because it's so dark. But anyway, so I wanted to go ahead and tell you all thank you for being a part of this group. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come together and really reevaluate our goals and figure out which one of those 4 vitals needs the most work. We all have done a great job opening up and sharing with the group. I really appreciate you, opening yourselves up to me and up to other people. And guys, you know, when we do that, when we open up, we actually grow. Okay, I didn't believe this a long time ago when I was first, wanting to lose weight or begin a challenge group. I would have never joined a challenge group, honestly, because that was the kind of person I was. I was very hidden. I'm still kind of very reserved, honestly, in some ways. But I found in a challenge group that I got a lot of good results because I opened up and made myself, I don't want to say made myself vulnerable, but I met other people that were experiencing some of the same struggles and some of the same ideas and things like that to share. So what I'm going to talk about tonight, first of all, I'm going to turn this light on because it's dark in here. Okay, sorry, that was bugging me. Anyway, so what I'm going to share today is how to run effective challenge groups and why, as coaches, we need to run challenge groups. And I know you probably read in the post up here that I'm going to post in this group on Friday, which I'm doing this video on Wednesday so that, I don't know, I guess I have time. But you probably saw that you're going to have to do a challenge group curriculum. And if you're complaining about that, then my question is, are you ready to run a challenge group? Because that is what you as a coach need to do. I mean, this is your job, so to speak. Okay. You need to do the 4 vital behaviors, which is take care of yourself. You need to help others, which is in challenge groups. You need to recruit coaches, which we're also going to talk about today. And then you need to mentor them. So yes, this is part of your job. And yes, you need a challenge group curriculum. Okay. So I'm not going to give it to you. I want you to make up one on your own. Okay. And I want you to think. Now I'm going to give you the tools and I'm going to give you some advice, but I really want you to think about what you want your challengers to take away from this challenge group, because that's reflecting on you. These people are making an investment in you. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen and I'm going to get into what we're going to talk about today. Let's see here. Oh, Zoom is so interesting. I know y'all have heard me say that a lot of times, but it really is. And I still don't see it. Okay, there we go. All right. I just keep it on here because Zoom is interesting. So we can go ahead and say that we're going to talk about challenge groups, running effective challenge groups and recruiting. So most of our recruiting does come from challenge groups. I'm going to talk about how to recruit in a little while. I'm going to say that I have not been in this business a year yet, so I definitely don't know everything there is to know. Like I said the other night, you were never going to stop learning in this business, no matter where you are, what rank you are, or whatever, and I do want y'all to realize that, I think sometimes we think of diamond as the stopping point. It's not. It's every day. So you want to be growing your knowledge every day and you want to keep going every day. So I'm going to go ahead and go into our first slide. And it's going to say why challenge groups are the bread and butter of our business and why we run challenge groups, okay? And that's to help others get results based on their goals, plain and simple, okay? I could say that whole long through education and understanding that comes from Eric Worre's GoPro. And, we've read that in previous groups. But, we, like I said the other night on the call, we're in this business to help others, whether you realize it or not. Whether someone told you that this could be a great opportunity to make some extra income, or whether you got a transformation yourself, whether you haven't made a transformation yourself and you're working on your own journey, we're here to help others. And that is ultimately why we're in this business, no matter what your why was for originally becoming a coach. So the second thing is that we want to teach healthy habits that result in a lifestyle change. Okay, for a long-term success. You know what? Notice I said long-term success. All right. I, for one, know that fad diets do not work because, they're, I've, for one, have experienced them. I would take the weight off, gain it back. This was the only thing I found that worked for me. And I'm going to talk about in a minute when we talk about being a consultant that not everything is going to work for everybody. But this is what worked for me. So this is what I teach others. I teach others a healthy eating plan they can live with. I teach them, I help them pick a workout program that they can use that will help them reach their goals and will help them have long-term success. This is something I can live with. That's actually something I tell people when I'm talking to people. I say, before you choose anything, somebody who's wanting to lose weight or, wanting to tone up or whatever their goals are, make sure this is something you can incorporate in your daily life. So that's what we do in challenge groups. We teach those things. All right. So number 3 is that we provide a risk-free environment for others to open up and share common ideas, struggles, and support. I don't know if I said it on this one. I know I said it on the last video. I've done this video a couple of times. I actually went into the intent that I was going to put this in my team page, but I don't know yet. So I was getting kind of nervous. It's weird when I get on video, I kind of get a little choked up around certain audiences. But anyway, going back to this. Provide a risk-free environment, okay? It takes a lot to open up and trust. It really does, without judgment. That's a hard thing to do, especially if we're very reserved people like I am. But that's what we need to provide in our challenge group, where we're not judging, we're not, criticizing anyone. We are just sharing ideas. We're sharing support. We're sharing struggles sometimes. We're venting sometimes. But we're providing that environment that's safe for people to express things that they need to experience success. And number 4 is that we encourage accountability through a community setting. I actually, like I said, I didn't believe this, and this is why you need to read Personal Development. I just finished Made to Crave by Lisa TerKeurst, and she had said, sometimes the best accountability we get is from other people and in groups. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what we do in challenge groups. That's why we need challenge groups. That's why we as coaches need challenge groups. I think all of us need this group, because right now we're slow. We don't always have a challenge group to go to, but we need support from one another and accountability. And number 5, it designates a group who sets the tone for success. So designates a group. I'm sorry, I misworded that. It means designates a coach who sets the tone for success in the group, which is you, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you or share with you some other things. So let's see, I was going to do what should a coach do. So go ahead and move that ahead. I'm sorry, I threw this together the last minute. Sorry, y'all. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do what do we as coaches do. So that is how we show others how to participate in the group by creating posts, following a curriculum, which you're doing this weekend, and logging every day, even if you are the only person. So you are the example, pretty much. So it's not an excuse for you to not show up every day, okay? If you're not doing it, how do you expect other people to do it? That's my whole philosophy on it. So make sure that you are the star person in there, setting the example. And number 2 is interact with others by liking and sincerely commenting. I think we talked about this the other night on the call with Nicole. We talked about, not just saying, oh, well, that's great, not just liking, you need to really go in there and read people's feedback and sincerely comment on there. Don't go, you go girl, seriously. Oh, I love that recipe. What's the, where did you find it? Or what are you using in that? Really get into their posts. That's part of your job as a consultant, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. You are basically hearing their feedback and you're providing solutions. So make sure, or you're providing recognizing, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, but you are there to help them. So make sure you're acknowledging them and recognize those that are making transformations, reaching milestones or accomplishments. And guys, that's not always just getting the physical results. That's maybe just posting in the group every day or recognizing certain people. Make sure you're recognizing. It means a lot. And one thing that Liz had said, I went back on a call from the group earlier, and she said she sends her challengers greeting cards, or, Christmas cards or whatever. That's really a good idea. Thinking of me, it's a long-term friendship and you want to keep up that relationship. And number 4 is follow up with those that are MIA, and really follow up with everybody, because people that are not MIA are going to be posting in the group, obviously. And so you're going to be interacting in the group. But if there's not, like Nicole had said the other day, you need to see what's going on. Because a lot of times there is something going on. So make sure that you follow up with them and be a consultant, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But I'm going to go, actually I'm going to talk about what is a consultant now. So y'all, I'm so disorganized. I'm sorry. But anyway, free of judgment. But what is a consultant? A consultant is not a salesperson, okay? And, I'm listening to a lot of feedback, and a lot of you are doing really well and starting to really understand that this, what we're doing is not just about making Success Club and recruiting and hitting Emerald or hitting Ruby or hitting Diamond. It's not that. Okay, guys, what we're doing is we're helping people, and then the financial rewards come. So the physical rewards come first and then the financial. But I still see a couple that really have those dollar signs still in your eyes. And I understand it. Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to hit those financial milestones. But guys, you cannot wait until you hit Success Club or hit Emerald or hit Diamond to feel that confidence about yourself, because people perceive that in you. Okay. They perceive that a coach doesn't have to be Diamond in order to be looked up to. Okay. If you're doing the 4 vital behaviors, then you're going to attract people. It's not your rank. It's not how many times you've hit Success Club. It's what you do. It's what you do as a consultant. It's what you do yourself in the 4 vital behaviors. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about what a consultant is. And that's you listen to feedback and offer solutions. So that's through private messaging in your group, and offer solutions, guys. Okay. Help them, really sincerely listen to their feedback, whether it's positive or negative, and offer options and solutions. And number 2 is follow up and track goals, concerns, and accomplishments, whatever tracking system you use. Like Nicole had said yesterday, make sure you're kind of keeping track of their goals and what you've talked about, so that way you can kind of offer the right solutions and be knowledgeable about your products and customers. Okay. So many times I see, people ask questions about products, and that's all fine and good because we're not knowledgeable about all of them. But, do your homework. Okay. Kind of have in mind what to offer people who don't have a lot of time, or who maybe don't like to work out or need low impact. You need to know those things. So get brushed up on your products if you still don't feel confident sharing that with people. And also Shakeology. That's something that you as a coach should be drinking every day, because how else are you going to tell someone about Shakeology if you're not drinking it and the effects of it? So if that makes sense. So make sure that you're using the products, you're researching the products, and you're getting feedback for yourself as well as other people with the results. Okay. Number 4 is be honest about your opinions and results of Beachbody products. So, as far as being honest, okay, sometimes, like I'm going to say in the next one, not everything is for everybody. Okay. Not every product in Beachbody is for everybody. It's not for me. Okay. I don't like size. It's not that, but that's me. Okay. But I wouldn't tell somebody that. It's not that I wouldn't tell somebody. I would probably say, okay, well, that's not really my thing, but I've had customers that really like size and it's easy on the knees. So you don't have to like everything, but you need to be honest. Okay. If something didn't work for you, then share it with someone. I actually had that issue one time. I had a customer that really had some great results with Insanity, but hated size. So I was honest with her and I said, size wasn't for me. So honesty is always the best policy. And if you're not as educated with these products or programs, it's time to deal them. Okay. Country Heat, same thing. Got great physical results. No pounds came off the scale. I'm not ashamed to say that. So just be honest. And rather than bash other products that are not Beachbody, using knowledge based on research and feedback, list the pros and cons. Okay, that's like I did the other day when I was talking about other products. You don't ever want to say, well, that sucks. You want, or that's going to get you fat, or that's going to, get you less term success. People want to see facts. Okay, facts, communication in the facts reaches a lot more people rather than the negativity. So just keep that in mind and list the pros and the cons. And understand that not every product or program is for everybody. We've gotten this topic today at work. We're talking about one product, and I didn't bash the product. I was actually talking about some pros in it. I was also talking about some cons. So one product may work for one age group, and it may not work for another. So just keep that in mind and like I said, be knowledgeable. Okay. So I'm going to go into planning a challenge group right now. So that you want to use a calendar to plan a challenge group and set a date for your next challenge group. And you want to always begin on Monday. That's a rule of thumb. And use a good length of time for a challenge group. 21, 28, or 30 days is most ideal. Anything else than that is too long. If you're doing a 60 or 90-day program, like right now I'm doing Shailene Extreme, I would probably do 3 groups with this program. So it just rolls over into the next group. Pick a theme. So specific or multi-program. Some people prefer specific. Some people prefer multi-program. There is no right or wrong answer to that. And there are pros and cons to that. Multi-program, people get to, it's not a one-size-fits-all like we talked about the other night. So if you have a strong client base and you want to have others, share their programs. I personally am doing a specific program in January, and that's 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. And that's because I've gotten results from that program. I'm confident sharing that with other people. And so I know it will get people results, and I can help people get results with that program. Also, it will help me communicate kind of specific guidelines for the challenge group, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So, like I said, you can do multi-program, you can do specific, it's your choice. Use a 5 to 7 day free group as a sneak peek into your challenge group. That's optional, but I recommend it, especially if you are still new in coaching. 5 to 7 days really is about the right length of time. Anything else I can tell you from experience is a little bit too long. I did a 14-day one time and it was too long. So 5 to 7 days. I'm doing a clean eating one since I'm doing 21 Day Fix challenge group on January 9th, last week of December. So that would be a good time, or whenever, if you're doing in November, just get your calendar out and think of something that might correlate or something that you're interested in that you could do a free group for. And guys, if you are kind of lost on free groups, remember you can go to Pinterest, Google, wherever. plan a deadline of when all products should be ordered for the group. So for me, that's the Friday before the challenge group starts, and that's just kind of the last minute people. You want to begin promoting it about 3 to 5 weeks ahead of time. So it gives lots of time for you to kind of do your massive action promotions, get everybody in, and give everybody enough exposures by that last time. All right, so talk about this, having to skip around. So we're going to go to massive action. Some people call it a follow-up blitz. Some people call it power hour. And I've had a lot of you ask me, how do I do my power hour, especially if this is a vital, so I'm going to be honest, this is a vital behavior that I need to work on, and structuring this into my schedule. How do I do this if I haven't been doing challenge groups or I haven't been talking to people? Well, step one is that you want to add 2 to 3 new people to your network. That's something everybody should be doing. If you add any more, Facebook is going to send you to jail, so you don't want to add any more than that a day. Reconnect with 3 to 5 people. Basically, this is not Beachbody topics. Compliment questions on their posts on Facebook. Like Melissa said, you don't want to go back so far because that's a little creepy, but really kind of watch them and their posts. Private message them or calls or texts, hey, how you doing? Just basic, sincere touching base. You want to invite, and once you get these steps 1 and 2, then you can go to step 3, which is invite 3 to 5 people to a challenge group. So once you kind of get your client base and know who might be a perfect fit for your challenge group, you might want to start inviting. And follow up. Follow-ups come with invites. So those who you've talked to about a challenge group or the coaching opportunity, then once you start inviting people to a challenge group, then you can start following up with 3 to 5 people a day. And please don't say, have you gotten that challenge pack yet? Hey, how's it going? I just wanted to let you know that, I'm still taking people for my challenge group, and I wanted to know if you were still interested. If not, no worries. Don't be pushy, but make it a sincere follow-up. And number 5 is discuss the business opportunity with 1 to 2 people. So usually that comes, that's kind of advanced, but once you've talked to a few people, I'm going to show you in a minute about who you probably want to recruit. But, once you've been talking to people about challenge groups and the coaching opportunity, challenge groups, or kind of in your mind who might be an idea for a new coach, then you probably want to discuss the business opportunity with 1 to 2 people. So go in that hierarchy and just kind of add steps the more that you get comfortable. So what is Success Club? And I'm not talking about Success Club 5, 8, 6, whatever. Okay. I've asked you, to set a goal for what you want to reach by the end of December or January, because I want us all to have a goal of hitting Success Club, because this is how we make our income. Now, I want you to understand that hitting Success Club is not all about the numbers. That's why I said success is completing an objective or reaching a goal. That's what success is. That's why we call this Success Club. So we need to kind of know our customers' goals or objectives. Okay. We need to know the right products for them to reach their goals. And we need to know that investment is necessary to reach those goals. Okay. So, if you're kind of nervous about asking people to buy a challenge pack, first of all, that buy a challenge pack, are you really invested? Okay. Because I know for me, when I chose to invest in Shakeology, then it was worth it to me. So you've got to think of that for people. They're making an investment. Once they make if they make an investment, the more likely they are to run with you in this challenge group and not to give up. Now, if they don't make an investment, they will, flake out and not finish the challenge group. But if they do make the investment, the more likely they are to finish the journey with you. And same thing, they made an investment in you, then you are more likely to do the 4 vital behaviors and follow up and be a consultant to them as we should be. And so know who is ready and know who is not ready. Okay, like we said before, this is not a one-size-fits-all thing. Some people are going to be ready, some people are not going to be ready, and that's okay, because we want to help the people who are ready. The people who are not ready, it's not that we don't want to help them, but I would rather have 3 people that are ready than 10 people who are wall sitters. Okay, so know that not everybody's going to say yes, and not everybody's going to say no. So you're going to get a mixture in between. If you're hearing a lot of no's, you're doing it right. So ask and don't skip that massive action step. And I'm talking to myself as much this. Okay, these are things that I've worked on. I've needed to work on. So do not skip this step, guys. Okay, really try to incorporate it as a non-negotiable. All right, so where do I find coaches? Challenge groups, okay, which we're working. A lot of coaches come from challenge groups. Sometimes they start out as a discount coach and then somewhere along the way decide to work the business. A lot of times it happens that way. And your family members, close friends, spouse, etc. Some people, if you have a spouse or a mother or a sister or who can support you, go ahead and sign them up. Health or fitness professionals, fitness instructors, personal trainers, people that have access to the fitness world are good candidates for coaches. And also those who enjoy being fit. They're the ones that will most likely fall in love with these products if they are not already using them, and will be great coaches. And those who enjoy multi-level marketing or are wanting to make some extra income. I will warn you about number 5. Please do not communicate to people. We all know that this is not a get-rich-quick business. Please do not convince people that it is, okay? It's an opportunity. It's not a guarantee. All right? So be honest, like we talked about in the consultant, but it is an opportunity for them based in, make sure you put the disclaimer, Beachbody does not recommend any kind of income. It's based on the coaches. I can't quote it word for word right now, but it's based on the work that we put in. So make sure that people are aware of that, or you have addressed that. And also daily organization. Do your non-negotiables, be proof the products work, and personal development, very important. Do not skip this. Make a routine of posting and massive action. Use the business activity tracker, guys, okay? I had this question come up today. It's very self-explanatory. We need to be doing it, okay? If you have any questions on it, let me know. I'll try to post mine sometime today. But, and keep a consistent tracking system. And set new goals every 30 to 60 or 90 days, okay? You've got to set those goals or you'll never reach them. Set them, write them down, reevaluate them constantly. That's why I had you think about the other day how many coaches you want to recruit and how many Success Club points you want. These are 2 goals for you. That's what's going to motivate you to do your 4 vitals and lead a challenge group. And by the way, guys, I've seen people kind of fall off at the end here. Please stay with me to the end, okay? I mean, I'm not saying please stay with me to the end, but I'm saying, if you haven't given me a date for your challenge group, it kind of makes me a little bit nervous because we need to be planning a challenge group. All right. That's how we make our income. That's how we run our business, by helping others. So we need to be getting our calendar out, planning a challenge group, planning days that we're going to do massive action for this challenge group, and planning this challenge group. All right. And how to make it. Okay. And this is an important one because, and I'm going to give kind of a little bit of a lecture on this, but how are we going to make it to be successful? Because I've heard from a lot of you that, you're still not sold on the belief that, you can be successful. So I'm going to give you 5 tips for being successful. 1 is understand and trust and do the 4 vital behaviors. Always. Okay. Stay consistent. So get a routine, stay consistent with it, with your 4 vital behaviors, no matter what. Use and share your success with the products. Okay. Do personal development, very important. And surround yourself with good people. So I'm going to kind of see Let's stop screen share for a minute. Okay, awesome. How long have I been on here? I hate how Zoom doesn't tell me how long I've been on, but anyway, sorry. Y'all, okay. Anyway, so I'm going to kind of put it in a summary of what I just talked about. You know, as I said earlier, this is not a get rich quick business. So I want you to reevaluate really, you know, I hear from people sometimes who you're surrounding yourself with. Okay. Are you surrounding yourself with positive people? Because I know for me, you know, if you're surrounding yourself with complainers and, well, I'm not meeting these goals and I'm not meeting these goals, are you surrounding yourself with people that are going to work and lift you up and not bringing unnecessary drama? Actually, I'm not a drama person. I kind of tend to avoid it a little bit. So it's very important who you're surrounding yourself with, what success partners you're choosing. Okay. Personally, for me, I decided that I was not going to have a success partner. And that's for a few reasons. And that's not dogging any success partners that I've had. But I need to be able to be in control of my business. Okay. I need to be able to manage my own time and not have it solely dependent on other people. My business needs to be in my control. Now, that was a personal choice I made, and I'm not dogging the idea of having a success partner, but I want you to be very cautious of who you're choosing to kind of pal around with. Obviously, in this group, we have such great people, and I think, you know, honestly, that's saying something really good on my part. That means I've chosen and I've attracted such great people. So for me, it's a big accomplishment. But I want you to really think about that, okay? Who you're surrounding yourself with. And, you know, you're going to have family members that really don't believe in this. I will tell you my experience with it. You know, I did not get a lot of support. I had a lot of boyfriend support. I didn't have a lot of my own family support in this business as far as, you know, really believing in it. But what it was the fact that I eventually communicated through the 4 vital behaviors, education, understanding. I started completing programs. I started doing personal development. I started sharing what I was doing, and they were like, yeah, I get it. So that's what it is, guys. You have to do those first 3 first, okay, first 2. And you have to show people why you're doing this. And you need to find your why. If you didn't do that self-evaluation, please take your hand and slap it. I saw the other day that 9 people did it, which is awesome, but we have 15 people in this group. So guys, you need to reevaluate your goals. You need to make a roadmap and see what personal development you need to do. It's a very important vital, and you really don't want to skip it, because personal development is going to drive you out of some of the darkest self-doubt that you have in this business and the negativity that you get a lot of times. And like I said, what was another thing? Oh, yeah. And like I said, guys, use and share the products and be consistent, okay? I actually heard today from my own team, they're talking about, you know, how if you haven't used or shared the products, then, or if you haven't used the products, how are you going to communicate with other people? A lot of times, the people that have the most trouble communicating products, or I get getting people to purchase products, are the ones that haven't used them. And that's because you haven't gone through them yourself. You haven't completed them from start to finish. You haven't shared your journey, okay, with these people. And that's what you need to do. If you firmly believe in something, you will have no problem sharing that with someone, because it's too great of a thing to share. And you need to have that belief. So if you have not completed a program from start to finish and have a strong belief that this is going to help someone and it's worth investing in, then you need to go back to that first one. But other than that, I'm going to close up with thank you all for being a part of this group. Make sure that you complete your challenge group curriculum. And I'm really interested to see what you have. I recommend either putting it on a spreadsheet, making it in kind of calendar form, week by week, guys, just like a calendar. Okay. And take these tips that I shared with you. Let me know and post. Okay, guys. I'm going to be like I am with my challengers. If you don't post, then I don't know what's going on. So make sure that you share. So I'm going to go ahead and end this, but thank you all for being a part of this group, and y'all have a great day.